Welcome to Nauchets. In this video we're taking an overview. We're going to look at the blue trails, red trails, black trails, secret trails, a little wander around resort. So this video is coming in hot. Let's take a look from the sky. Okay, so we're going to start the ride off on a fairly mellow trail. We're looking for a couple of blue runs to get feeling smooth, and then we're going to work up to the reds, the blacks and the secret trail. So first run is Tomahawk, so straight off of the Chevan chair we can bear right. It takes us onto this flow trail with some jumps in it. Real good for just some mellow riding and fun little floaty jumps. Let's go and do it. Woo! So this trail, although it's great for beginners, the advanced riders can get some good lines through it too. You've got some real nice flow to it. Woo! Yeah! So this trail is got some nice big berms that you can really get stuck into. In Nauchets, a lot of the trails are quite rough, so you've got to be a bit creative with your lines. Woo! So I think a really good thing about this trail is how mellow the lips of the jumps are. So you can see here it's just real mellow, like a bit of a ski jump, and it just encourages you to kind of get your wheels off the ground. Like I was saying earlier, if you're a shredder, this is still really fun because these jumps just sort of float one into the other. Whew! So Nauchets is split into three main riding areas. You've got three lifts: the Chavannes, the Nauchets and Montreal. So the Chavannes got a good handful of trails underneath it, but that also gives you access to the Nauchets area, which has loads of tight twisty trails and a new big jump trail. Over on the Montreal side you've got some big hits and it's quite steep, some real steep technical trails. All off grid really. There's only 2 marked runs up there. Now up in the Nauchets area, and we're hitting this red, the end cape. Oh, she's rough. Can't get through Nauchets without some big old bumps into this double. Woo! Whoa, the wind caught me on that point. And this is as big as it gets on this red trail. Oh, he's cased it. One thing about Nauchets is it's just berm central. So many berms. So the red is pretty mellow, but you're definitely going to want to be like a capable rider to be able to sort of get through the features and not feel too out your depth. We are at the bottom section of L'En Cape. They've remodeled it for this year and it's looking pretty smooth. Some nice lines to be had. Here you can see this massive wall berm, which is going to take us into this hip, so we can hip off to the right down into this massive wall and then a few switchbacks. What a wall ride this is. You could come up nice and high on the entry and just lay it into this corner. It's going to take anything you throw at it. Oh. berm's built so well. They've hired extra dig crew over in Leger this season, and you can tell the difference. There's a lot of trail that's freshened up, re-sculpted, remoulded. So let's go and take a look at the other red. It's the Chevan red underneath the lift, and check out some of the new features on that. Initial send, we've got this sort of mellow, nice little tabletop, probably looking at about 3-ish meters. So they've reworked this tabletop into this big berm. So I think the first couple of hits are all good, there's nothing to worry about there. But after you rail this corner, looks like you really got to get on the gas and make sure you don't case this last one, because there's a big knuckle on it. See here the setup. Looks like you want to be jumping into the corner if you want the speed to clear the big boy. So I'm going to have to throw the towel in on this one. Just don't feel very confident coming into it. I just really don't like the look of it. Third time's a charm. Thing is, I tried to carry loads of speed off of this, but then I ended up just over clearing it. It's just too sort of sketchy. If the landing was the same height as the takeoff, oh, they got to change that. And again, this is on the red line, and you can go around all these features, so they're not mandatory. And it looks like it carries on down here with like a few more real nice corners and a little bit of a step up. So it definitely looks like there's been a few real close calls on that, and it's got to be a matter of time before they change it. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I definitely don't feel comfortable hitting that. Take a look at this section here. We've got this massive berm into like a bit of a hip out, and then into this lovely step up. Now this looks mint. Hip out into step up. Yes, please. So this track is good for sort of all levels of rider, really. Beginners can be quite happy on this. We've got a new section on a bit lower down on the Chevan red. We've got the outside berm line, which is more of the beginner friendly. Some real nice corners, and they're actually made really well. They look like they can hold you and you can attack them pretty hard. We've then got, with this jump here, we can do a little mini berm gap. It's quite short and the landing's pretty pokey, but I suppose you could jump it out here a bit more, catch a landing. And then the hardest line is this main line here, which is a bigger gap, probably 10-foot gap across the berm. But everything's nice and tacky, brake and bump free, and looking pretty fun. So I think let's go and have a go at all three, shall we? We're back on track, and so far, I mean, today they have put loads of work in, but some of the new features are really good. Some of them are just completely off the map. You don't know whether a jump's going to kick you up into the sky or like land short, or so it's definitely a track you want to make sure you've rolled and sort of tested the speed of it before you commit to everything. So you guys can save yourself a cheeky 5% off the MTB Beds holiday. It comes highly recommended, so well worth a look if you're planning a Morzine trip. Back to the video. We're in town now, just below the Chevan chairlift. We're gonna go and grab some grub. I'm gonna show you guys a few places that you might want to check out. What is it, so?
€6 for panini.
So we're talking €6 for a panini there, and that's one of the cheapest things on the menu. I'm gonna head to the supermarket, which is just over here. So if you're looking for any emergency repairs or some suspension tuning, servicing, check out the Jaff VTT shop. He will dial you in. He seems to do sort of UK prices in the Alps. Right, Sophie's got her eye on this other little food spot. Let's go and scope it out. So the place at the end of Blaget is a great, lovely little spot, and the blue cheeseburger looked mouth-watering. It's bacon, blue cheese, but I think they're talking almost €20, so it can get a bit pricey. So it sounds like a €6 panini is the cheap way, unless you go to the supermarket, Carrefour. Chavannes is actually quite busy right now, so we're going to take a little break from that lift, head over to Montreal, which is usually quieter. Great out of that for a double. So the Montreal is on the opposite side of the valley of the Chevan. You can see it just looking across. The trails are steep, technical. There's only a couple of marked runs up there, and the rest is down to you to sort of be brave and venture off piste. It's beautiful. We've got a bit of Mont Blanc behind us, and a bit about the trails. We've got 2 black runs, and that's all you've pretty much got here, and a load of secret trails which are real steep. Down to the bedrock in some of these places. And we've got some nice sweeping corners, a bit rough around the edges, but then it's going to lead us into this double up here. Sweeping corners, you can really let the brakes off. You've got an optional line here, you can go left around it or pop over this double. The gravel is super loose, you can see, so you really want to make sure you're coming off the takeoff straight. Woo! A few quirky little doubles in this track. Because this trail is pretty steep, the braking bumps do come out in force, so you've got to be quite creative with your lines, try and stay out the bumps if you can. Whoa, she does get rough in that main line. Woo! Loads of like poppy little jumps, poppy little doubles. Massive case. Came out of nowhere, that one. So we're now entering into the home stretch of this trail, and it's just switchback berm central. You can see here they've got some really nice sculpted corners. all link in, they carry you quite well, so you can hit them hard. And that pretty much takes us all the way down to the village. Take a peek at this little corner. You come out from the flat up here, and if you're ballsy you can ride it real wide. Try and keep your momentum up. There's some huge holes here that just batter you. Or alternatively, you can just duck on the inside. It's pretty clear actually, probably the better line. Maybe not quite as fun. Right, loads of switchbacks here. You almost get dizzy from them, there's so many. They've just put in a new black trail, which is yet to open. This jump line must have 20 odd big sends in it. You got left hip, right hip, big step ups. What they've done is they've ripped out all the old North Shore that was down there, the sketchy sort of corner drops and stuff. That's all gone now. Now it's this massive line. So yeah, not open yet, but by the time you watch this video, it's probably in full force. I think I took my foot out the clips and then couldn't get clipped back in time. And went down this all one-footed. A bit of Jurassic Park. Oh my god, almost lost the front end on a wet route. That was so sketchy. Here we go. The old rough golf course track. Woohoo! So rough, this track. Drop. Woo! So much concentration needed on this. Yow! Lift passes. You can grab a lift pass at the bottom of any lift in Morzine and Leger, and yeah, you can grab yourself a week pass which is going to cover the whole area, or you can do day passes, half day passes, but it definitely works out. If you're coming here for the biking, you want the 6-day pass. How much is it, Soph?
€130.
So Leger's actually got 3 lakes, and there's the one main one which you can see from the Chevan lift. So you can look right, and it's got a little whibbit set up so you can play around on the inflatables if you're let your inner child come out, or you just go for a little paddle. It's bloody lovely. So around the lake there's a few little activities, a few little mini climbing walls and volleyball court, all that type of thing. So there's a little water slide, perfect for the kids if they want to go and have a little chill out, play a few games. Nothing beats a lake after a big day's ride. Feeling bloody brilliant after that. But now for the grand finale, we're taking you down into town to our favourite little après bar. Apparently there's been a few new features, but we do have a local to sort of show us the way round.
Oi, oi!
Hey, what the hell?
Davey,
All right.
how you going?